I chose adoption about 2 years ago, and I was 16. I didn't know I was pregnant until I was 6 months, about 6 months, and it was a really big shock to me because I had no idea. I didn't choose adoption up until like a month before I was due, and so much stuff was going through my head, and I like kept it all inside, and I was like scared to tell my family that I wasn't able to do it, as in like keeping him. And one night when I was watching 16 and Pregnant, I think it's called, yeah, that's when it hit me, and that's when I decided to tell my mom. When I told my mom that I wanted to do adoption, she called her friend, and she was like crying to her friend about it, and her friend was like, well, what about Mondell and LaQuisha from church? And I never met them before, but because I went to church, to my mom's church, but not like every Sunday. But I remember just when she said their names, their faces popped up in my head, and I've never talked to them before or anything, so it was really weird. And my mom's friend told her how they have been trying for years to do adoption. To have a baby, but they weren't able to. So my mom called them. It was like super late at night. It was like 9 at night, and just she didn't even know them. They didn't know her, and just told them the whole story. And they were really surprised because they weren't even looking to adopt at that point. They just made a decision that maybe they might wanted to like a week before, and then my mom called them. So it was like really meant to be, and they were like shocked at first, and they were like, well, can you think about it? And then the next day they called, and they said yes, and then I met them. I feel like my whole family's a part of their family. They at the hospital, it was like one big family. Like my mom, my dad were there, my brother, my little sister, they were both there, my aunts and my cousins, and it was like they were just a part of our family. One, I wouldn't be as ashamed as I was, because pregnancy is a beautiful thing no matter how old or young you are, and he is beautiful, and just because I made a mistake doesn't mean he was a mistake. He's in a wonderful family, and I think that I would have been more sure about adoption than I was, because I knew I wanted to do it, but I wasn't really sure about if that was the right decision. But knowing what I know now, I know that it was the right decision. Just, you have to trust and believe in yourself and believe what's right. If you feel that they're the right people, then most likely they are. When I met them, I knew right away that they were really good people, and one of the most amazing people I've ever met. They are just so, I don't know, they're a beautiful couple, and they're so loving and caring, and people I want to be when I grow up. Yeah, starting as soon as you can, because it's very stressful to do it in such a short amount of time. And if I would have, that's one thing I would have changed, is I would have said it right away, because it was always in the back of my mind, but I never wanted to say it because I was so scared of what people might have thought. But when I was finally able to tell everyone, it was everything was such a rush. So I think, yeah, give it as much time as you possibly can.